facility and is subject to monitoring and reporting. Thank you for using GTL.
Yeah, what's up?
But hold up, I got something to say.
You got something to say. Welcome to I Got Something to Say. I'm SAF Mo, your prison lawyer, shooting with my guy.
Ron B in the middle.
Ron B in the middle all the time. We are the voice of the voiceless. In this episode, we are the voice of the voiceless. In this episode, we're going to be talking to you guys, going over the stories rather, of this man in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Who's doing a lot of time, who's trying to get out. You know, I got my feelings about what's going on. We hope you have some feelings about what's going on. We know a guy personally.
Man, Richie Rich.
Richie Rich, Free Richie, you guys, Free Richie, free all the guys, really, free all the guys. But this episode, we hope you guys stay and check us out. But we really want to talk about their cases and what they're dealing with, and how no one's really reaching back for them, for these guys, and go from there. It's really a good episode. Watch this whole episode, and hopefully at the end of this episode, we'll put some fight on your brain. Ron, we are
the voice of the voice.
Let's do this.
The only voice.
Let's do this.
The only voice. Subscribe. I don't like it. Shout out to the good fellas doing better than people. Subscribe, like, follow, share.
Nothing really being done. Then guys are getting released. Some of them forget where the hell they just came from. So it's rare that you will run across individuals that want to come back and help. And that's what's good about this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're back. And this is episode 6.
My guy B in the middle.
Ron B in the middle, getting it in, Joe. And
I'll tell you about that middle shit in a little while.
Yeah, that's
not right now.
That's all good though. But we had to we said we were talking about Richie Rich, Richard Ross, who's doing a hell of a lot of time in Illinois. And his case is funny because
he comes out of Station 2, where they had all that police terrorism going on. Basically, you know, they knew exactly what it was going on. That's right, free the guys. And on top of that,
no one's really reaching back and trying to figure out what went on with why these guys are doing so much time. Either the system's moving too slow or the system don't care, but we care.
Don't nobody care about that correct police force in that area.
And
so you can speak back in the past about when Richie came up in here and we first met him.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron, because you know him a little bit better than me.
Well,
Richard came up here and he hung out with us for, I think it was about 3 weeks straight.
So for a minute, we did a little picnic and everything.
Yeah, 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
We went to the club together, we went to restaurants together.
Everything.
He was a real down-to-earth dude, real people person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that they charged him with, you would never believe that he was that type of person.
Man, innocent.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My man is a man like me. You know what I'm saying? He's a people person. He down to earth. He like to talk to people and hang with people, have a good time. He wasn't a violent person.
Nah, we real laid back.
Real laid back. I was the violent person back at the time when I met him.
What they call you?
Huh?
What did Richie and them give you a nickname?
Crazy Ron. You know what I'm saying? He stopped me from doing the things that I was trying to do.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's what
He was a mediator.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's what I mean.
He was definitely a man with a gift.
He was definitely
and I think that's the reason why his incarceration was necessary.
His
because he could have done something very positive.
Because he could have done something very positive.
I take because I talked to him, brother.
But I take because I talked to him, brother. He talked to him,
and I feel like he even matured.
And I feel like
he. You know what I'm saying? He's on another level. He understands the whole playing field and exactly what the
He's definitely grown.
Yeah, he's super grown. You know what I'm saying?
He's speaking nothing but facts, and he's got a whole understanding of incarceration makes you slow down and think and be a little bit more empathetic and understanding to what's around you, a little bit more sensitive, if I could say that. You know what I'm saying? And bro, I talked to bro, and it was just like, why is this man incarcerated? Why the fuck is he incarcerated? He could be he's talking about coming back to the community, doing things for the community. A lot of that violence in Chicago, bros like that can solve that by just being in a community. You know what I'm saying? What you feel the same way?
Man, listen, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm heartbroken that he got all that time. When you remember Moki and Didi, right?
Yes, sir.
And I don't like the name drop, but these are his cousins. They introduced us to Richie, and when they told me that they grabbed him, and then they told me how much time they gave him.
Yes, sir.
I was sick.
Yeah.
Like, I got the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man. It's like hearing about somebody who got shot and killed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing they're gonna go away from that longer period of time. I thought he had a great opportunity to get out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that when you listen to his case, how the lawyers played him, how they didn't come to his defense, which they don't come to your defense.
Let me put a little emphasis on it. When they told me how much time Richie got, it would probably be like you thinking that Barack Obama just got a bunch of time in prison for something that you would have thought he did.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Family member, somebody
close to you,
I mean, free Richie, free Richie, free Derric, free all the guys, man. Free Carlos Smith, you know what I'm saying? And we talk about these individuals, you know, in a way like people don't understand. I mean, when you go, it's not a family, but you become family. When you, especially when you know somebody went in and they doing all that time, and you know what they're going through every day, the daily struggles, you know, not knowing if you're gonna be locked down, not knowing how long you're gonna be locked down.
Tell the people about the dynamic, like, okay, cause like, you and him was from like opposition thing. Y'all both from the CHI-CAGO.
Yeah.
Tell them how y'all click. Tell the people how y'all click when because this tells you what type of person Richie was.
When I first met Richie and shit, I don't really fuck with nobody. Only motherfucking GD I fuck with was my guy. So when I met Richie, he was GD, but he had a motherfucking red hat on with the bang to the left. So I walked up on him. I said, "Man, you GD? What the fuck you got your head banged to the motherfucking left?" I mean, I had a red hat on, and he's like, "Man, I'm not about motherfucking gang. I'm about making money, Joe." And that right there, we just clicked because I ain't never really heard no bro just hit me with that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about politicking. It was about growth and development. And I understand all that, like just like I was, you know what I'm saying. But I just saying, I'm from the GO, man. So I had them shooting at me, you know. So I felt a certain type of way when I came up here. But to meet somebody from the crib, you know what I'm saying, real, standing on it, you know what I'm saying, and have that type of behavior. Past that, it's not about gangbangs no more. It's about, you know, growth and development. It's about building your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's about politicking and networking. It's about starting businesses, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come to me like that. I was still in my motherfucking, you know, hustling. You know, I had it in my mind. I wanted to develop myself and be a better person. But I had somebody like that bring it to me. You know what I'm saying? On that level. Really made me respect the man. You know what I'm saying? On everything.
And it's crazy how, like, y'all grew up hating each other, but y'all bumped into each other. No. Like, you never knew him growing up. No. But you knew that like, he was an opposition, or what he represent is an opposition. What you represent to him is an opposition. And then y'all finally meet each other as adults, and y'all like, damn, we got something in common.
I always respected the other guys. You know what I'm saying? I always respected it. If I was on their land, I respected them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not this op shit, this goofy shit these young cats talking about. It's a matter of respect. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, this man just really it's being down with the people you down with, but then it's a gravitation of adulthood or maturation that you have where you come to a point where you man to man. Forget what you about. Let's bond on principles.
Let's figure out how we can get this money together.
Yeah, let's figure out how we can actually pull ourselves out of what we in.
Pull ourselves out of what we in, because we in a trap. Pull ourselves out of what we in. You know what I'm saying? So that man came up to me. You know what I'm saying? So that man when he introduced, I just made a brother in my heart. Pull ourselves out of what we in, because we in a trap. You know what I'm saying? So that man came up to me, and when he introduced, I just made a brother in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Not the fact that anything, but just you know, I ain't on that old shit no more, bro. I'm on some real shit.
Right.
You know, and that's why I took it out. When I talked to him on the phone, I told him the same thing, man. I was like, but he's even further than that now. Even further than that now. You know, when I talked to him on the phone, bro, really got his mind together, really understand the system and understand what's going on and the political things that's going on with him and his incarceration. But the main thing about it is, the problem I'm having with the situation is all these individuals who know what's going on, all these big rappers, all these people, and I'm not even pointing out rappers, but to me, it hurt me more when I look toward a rapper who rap about this behavior and politics and make money off this behavior. And yet, you know, the guys are locked up in the joint, you know, that they put in work or didn't put in work or whatever the hell they did. They was just honorable guys on the street who got caught up in a case that they had nothing to do with. Right. Just because they had a reputation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is just generalities. I'm not talking specifically about anybody. I'm just talking about how the street plays itself out.
You talking about the ones I got shooters and this and that.
Yeah.
What sense does that make?
I go back to what my buddy saying. I'm gonna play his tape when he was telling me about a female he talking about he's in for a homicide, and female like, ugh. I mean, what you mean, ugh? You know what I'm saying? You listen to the music all the time. You love that shit. You just got it on. It's just a shirt you put on every day.
Right.
You don't have it in your heart because you're not willing to those dudes that actually went out there and did it. But that's across the board. I can't even say that about her. I'm gonna say it about everybody. It's like when you look at the Panthers have been locked up. Nobody's reaching for them. Nobody's reaching out for these Panthers who doing all these life sentences and never been out and been in SIG for 40 years or 30 years or 20 years. Nobody's reaching out for them. So that's what I gotta say, man. Y'all, like I say, I got love for that bro. You know what I'm saying? I want him. I'm doing everything I possibly can to help him get out, cause he don't. The cop, you know who deserve to be there? And that motherfucker, the cops that put him there, they deserve to be. You know where they at? They chilling somewhere, chilling
out here in the free world,
in the free world, on the other side of the wall, chilling, laughing.
Probably setting somebody else up,
doing whatever they gonna do. Probably snorting coke and doing. I don't know what the hell they ass is doing, but whatever they doing. He if anybody needs to be out, it needs to be him. They need to be in. But that's how the system works. That's why we got something to say.
That's what I hate about Barbara. It's been on my mind.
But Barbara is episode 7. She's gonna be following this. Barbara Karen, beautiful lady.
She came and talked to us and broke down.
I hate what happened to her.
Yeah, you're gonna really. Ron let him lock them up. He let him fucking shit. Well, I was gonna save it, but man, she really got something to say about the women in Shakopee and how they getting down. But the really thing about it is not that, but it's just how she got out, how they played her when she got out.
What?
Yeah, they just played her raw. But
before, during, and after.
Yeah. So the thing about it is, like I say, with bro's case is like right now he's trying to get himself out, and I say, like, you know, with all these individuals who call themselves the city is theirs and all this other stuff, you got so much play. You can send shooters go kill a motherfucker and all this other shit. Why don't you get some of these guys up out of here? Why don't you use your platform for something positive other than this foolishness? I don't care how you get your money. I ain't near the judgment.
Why don't you shoot your mouth off on the microphone and talk about
some real shit?
God. You know what I'm talking
real
about?
Shit.
Put the gun down and talk about it.
Yeah, do some real shit to help your community. Because, bro, what he talking about is coming back helping the community. Coming back trying to eliminate some of that violence. But they don't want to hear that. They want to hear that. They want to hear that.
That's too much like right.
Yeah, well, they want to hear like drill music and all that other shit. And I'm not talking about just people like Chief Keef or Lil Durk or motherfucking King Louis. I'm talking about the common. I'm talking to motherfuckers like Kanye.
But I'm gonna tell you something about that though. You say Lil Durk and Chief Keef and all them. What these young dudes don't know, they watch the negative shit, the songs and shit that Lil Durk sing about.
Yeah.
But what they don't know is that Lil Durk, Kanye West, and everybody trying to help get people out. You know what I'm talking about? They don't know about the movement that they doing because they don't care about that. Only thing they care about is what they rapping about.
Right, and I'm saying even with Kanye getting people out, it's like you call yourself being from the land. It's like, why aren't you trying to get those guys out from Morgan Park? When you notice the situation was international news. Mm-hmm. So why you searching for them? And you talking about political prisoners? There's quite a few political prisoners we can actually talk about. Mahmoud being one of them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's a true political prisoner. They trying to make that man die in prison. You ain't reaching out for him. So is it, to me, my question to you, is it just clickbait? Are these people just doing it for hype? I don't know what they're doing for, because it's real people who need to be out, and it's real individuals that need to be out.
I watched the Drink Champs interview, and the gist I get from it, Kanye said, he said that the reason why he's so for helping Larry Hoover get out is because most of his guys is GDs.
And let me tell you something. Kanye asked to die on the cross, come back 3 days later, walk, and they still won't let Hoover out. Hoover's sentencing, not his conviction, his sentencing was political. Mm-hmm. Same way Jeff is. You see what I'm saying? Same way Tuki's was. You see what I'm saying? And you know, when Tuki had changed his life, wrote a book, everything. But they weren't letting Tuki out. They killed Tuki.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx was his man.
They killed Tuki.
He tried.
They killed Tuki.
Jamie Foxx tried.
Because these black men, because you understand if these individuals came out of prison and came back to the community, how the community looked different. But we're not just talking about them. We're talking about any African American male back into their community after doing a bid. 9 times out of 10, some come out with their mind still messed up, but that's how they carry themselves in the joint. Mm-hmm. But a lot of cats come out with their mind together, trying to bring back to the community, help the community. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just you get to that age as a male that you really want to make sure you see what's going on around you, and you really want to change your community. And that's why I say all these Negroes running around here. Like that one dude you showed me on that goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lock him up. It's like,
oh yeah, idiot.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, like Joe. It's like
he called the police. On
other black males who were just like you when you was a black male, who could have been doing what you was doing when you was a black male. Maybe they might not be doing all the right shit, but males, it takes a while.
They wasn't doing nothing wrong.
But I'm just saying, it takes males a while for them to stop doing foolishness. Mm-hmm. So maybe they might be smoking a little bit of weed. Maybe
he said they wasn't doing nothing wrong.
He said, yeah, I'm playing to his point. Maybe they was. But what Negro, what gives you the right to talk to call people and call the police on yourself? Call the police on yourself. Yeah. You send your ass to jail. You know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, that's what's wrong with the community. You have too many Negroes who making a little bit of money, who look back at other Negroes, but that's how it always been in slavery. It's that Willie Lynch mentality. Mm-hmm. It's Willie Lynch. You know, I don't like him because he over here doing this. I'm gonna go tell Master. So Master go motherfucker give him some, you know, I don't wanna get whipped. That's the mentality, man.
How's nigga feel niggas syndrome?
That Willie Lynch. It's the north, south. It's the east, west, it's the red, blue. It's the light skin versus dark skin, nappy head versus nappy. It's like they always got us fighting amongst each other. And like I said, my whole deal when it comes to this platform and what me and you doing, bro, is for us to try to network and build in a Great Fred Hampton and the principles of the movement of Great Fred Hampton from Chicago, you know, these coalitions.
And bring our people back together.
Bring our people back together. Bring the community back together. And people don't want to hear that. We ain't gonna never go viral. We ain't gonna never go viral, bro. We ain't gonna never go viral.
I don't care.
We don't never go. We ain't gonna never go viral because the reason we ain't gonna never go viral because people don't want to hear this shit. They want to hear the truth.
I don't care.
I'll lie to you all day long.
I just want to reach the right people that want to go with the direction that we ready to go.
Yes, sir. And we are the voice of the voiceless.
The voice of us.
We'll be right back. 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 We'll be right back.
My name is Derric, I'm currently incarcerated in the correctional center. Please indulge me and allow me to explain my perpetual struggle for freedom and vindication from a wrongful conviction and be charged with murder felony back in 1990. At the tender age of 15, I was treated as an adult and I was arrested and interrogated without a legal guardian present or anybody acting in my best interest. As a juvenile, it was a very painful and life-changing experience to endure the coercion, intimidation, deception, trickery, and fear tactics used on me by the Chicago Police Department. My story begins on the far south side of Chicago in the Morgan Park / Rosy part of the group that was transitioned from being a street gang into a civic organization committed to improving the social skills that played in inner city neighborhoods. Although the organization encouraged mandatory school attendance, political rallies, and demonstrations, I was swayed by the gangster lifestyle and engaged in such activities as selling drugs and carrying guns. Eventually that led to me having the unfortunate experience of being falsely arrested by the Chicago Police Department and wrongfully convicted of murder, attempted murder, armed robbery, aggravated battery, and sentenced to 86 years for a crime that I did not commit or participate in. The conviction was based mostly upon the compliance and of the perpetrator and improper police prosecutorial tactics, which led to my arrest some 8 months after the crime occurred. I am the victim of misidentification that stems from a suggestive lineup and photo array.
I got something to say. You got something to say.
Man.
We all got something to say. Be in the middle.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We back now. This is episode 6. SAF Mo, prison lawyer with my man.
Ron, be in the middle.
We are the
voice of the voiceless.
Let's do this. We back.
We back. We've been talking about a couple of brothers who I believe is innocent. I believe even in Derric Jordan's case that he got a raw deal. No matter how you look at it, the facts don't prove anything in his case. He was convicted without first essentially and not having an adult with him during his interrogation, which is a violation with on himself. I asked him a little bit about the witness that ID'd him, and he basically said that witness won't retract their statement for whatever reason. And because eyewitness testimony is the worst testimony to have. Whether she's fearing retribution or anything like that, he told me that she wasn't going to do it. But he's actually pursuing this case. Richie's case, he's actually got some stuff happening for him too.
And Richie's case is unique too.
It was a juvenile at the time of Richie's case that seen what happened and knows that Richie didn't have nothing to do with it. But mom told her, you better not say nothing.
Yeah.
Don't get involved because of the gangs and stuff like that. Retribution and stuff like that. I get that. But now this young lady has grown up and she wants to say something. But because it's so hard to open up these cases again.
Right.
Because of time barred and
everything.
Motions and stuff like that. The time allotted to open up these certain motions and stuff like that.
Motions and stuff like that. The time allotted to open up these certain motions.
They want the conviction.
She's not able to, like, her testimony is not.
It's not going to give any weight.
It's not legitimate.
They're not going to give any weight to it. It's just unfortunate that individuals on the opposite side, on this side, want to turn off what's going on. Whether they feel like everybody in prison is guilty and deserve to do their time. I mean, some people could feel like that. I mean, I saw that I was disengaged or disconnected from what was going on in prison before I got my conviction. And I understand people have.
Tell the people about what you thought when I went to prison before, and I used to call home and ask for money and stuff like that. And you never had been in prison before, and you didn't understand.
I thought your ass was crazy.
Yeah.
Motherfucker called me up on the phone. I'm driving. Motherfucker called me up. Could you send me some motherfucking magazines in, like different girly magazines? I didn't understand that's a business in prison. You selling flicks, you sell flicks and eat off flicks. You know what I'm saying? You get the most current magazine in, it's got the girly photos or whatever. People pay for that. Motherfuckers walk around. I know motherfuckers walk around. Let me show you my bitches. You know, and he got a whole book full of photos of females that either he done got sent in from the world, or somebody done sent them in. And motherfuckers sell that shit. People buy that stuff.
They buy it by the page, or they buy it by the
they buy the body. They buy that stuff on a regular basis. But tell them about what you said yesterday about those streaks on the wall.
Oh man.
Yeah, tell me that.
You go to confinement. I was in prison in Florida. And you go to confinement, it's a 2-man cell, top on, bottom on. You see these streaks on the wall about mid-range between the bunk, whatever bunk you're on, the top bunk or the bottom bunk. About mid-range, about right where the penis would be if you're laying down on the bunk. And it's these streaks going down the wall. Look like watermarks or whatever, and they won't go away. You could wash these things with bleach. You could wash them with whatever you want to wash them with. They won't go away. It's semen marks on the wall from where.
Look at your camera and say
it's semen marks on the wall from where somebody just been laying on the bunk ejaculating.
Money. They call it getting money.
They call it getting money.
Getting motherfucking money.
Getting money. I might be on the bottom bunk, and this guy might be on the top bunk. I might be dead asleep, and he knows I'm asleep, but he's doing whatever he's doing in his mind and playing with himself and ejaculating on the wall and not giving a care about it. And it's dripped down the wall.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot too in SIG. You go into SIG and see that shit. And say, I mean, you see it in the regular cells too, but I saw it mostly in SIG. Yeah, you be thinking somebody tears, somebody crying and shit. But it ain't motherfucker.
And the killer part of the body, when you first move into this cell, you in confinement for whatever disciplinary reason you're in there.
No motherfucking cleaning supplies.
Right. They're not giving you no cleaning supplies right away. You gotta wait till, like, say you go to confinement on a Monday.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
They only do cleaning supplies on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. And they definitely ain't gonna give you shit.
So you're stuck in this cell.
Nasty.
With these nasty ass semen marks on the wall, semen marks on the bed, whatever. You stuck with this. You gotta live like this until the weekend.
Yeah, the thing about
it. You in on Monday.
Yeah, the thing about it, when I walked up in my cell in Oak Park Heights, motherfucker, it was shit on the wall, goddamn it. It was food in the actual shower, because you got showers in the cell in Oak Park Heights. There was bugs flying all around the motherfucker, man. It was real nasty, you know. And I didn't get the chance to clean that cell out because they ended up moving me. Because, you know, as they bring people in, those are the worst cells, right? But then they moved me further down. Eventually, I got an opportunity to clean my cell. But yeah, I mean, you walk, you know, it's just bad up in there, man. It's just, it's horrible. And like I said, some people might feel like these young men or older men now deserve to do this time. But you know, I feel like for those individuals who are benefiting from it, for those individuals who call themselves from the go, for those individuals who know about Morgan Park, who know about this situation, I ask myself, where are they at? Where are these universities and college students who are trying to be lawyers, volunteering their time to try to get these individuals out? The funny thing about it, to go back to Richie's story, and it's not funny, it's tragic in a sense. I say it's funny because I thought the same way when I was in the joint. I tell you what Richie said to me when he was on the phone. He was like, yeah, Mo, he's like, man, we're trying to get up there to Minnesota, you know, to get my story out and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, Rich, we got your back, don't worry, Minnesota covered, we gonna do what we can do to get the story out. And he said, yeah, we're reaching out to all these different places. Now, I know when I was in prison, I reached out to NAACP, ACLU, Black Lawyers, whatever you name, I wrote a letter to them and get shit back, whatever. Except for the ACLU, they kept telling me they didn't have enough money. I guess shout out to the ACLU for just getting back to me and shit, you know.
Yeah,
they got back to me. They never had enough money to help me out, but whatever. So, besides that, Richie was like, what about Black Lives Matter? I said, man, Richie, man, it's, you know, Black Lives Matter is good for certain situations, but they're not trying to have brothers get out. The problem with that conversation is he really clicked something in my head. Like, like they're not connecting the dots. That same police officer that's shooting individuals and killing individuals. I had this happen at Derric Chauvin. I was locked up with a guy who had got shot by Derric Chauvin. He was in a shootout with the police. Derric Chauvin being one of the individuals on that.
Same dude that killed. For those who don't know, Derric Chauvin is the dude that killed George Floyd.
He was in a shootout with him on a case. He's writing a book now, and before he even got to that, he got to the situation with George Floyd. He was a problem. She was a shooter, a real shooter. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, the reason I say this platform is important and is vital is because just like in Great Fred Hampton's belief that we should be coalitions. Black Lives Matter should not just be over there, and if they just gonna be over there, they should be representing us when we come over here. Saying they want us to represent them when they go over there. So if they want to go out to march, they want to protest this police officer being killed, this police officer killing an unarmed black male or whatever they're doing, and we go represent their cause, they should be representing our cause. But the other part of it is too, a lot of that police violence should be put on a radar, because if you listen to our conversation, you listen to that man who's locked up, who's wrote these briefs and called out those police officers and called out the Minneapolis police and called out that precinct many a times, but y'all not listening to us. Y'all don't get no fuck. You know, and I'm saying all these different things is being disconnected for a reason, because they can easily fight us. I mean, if you got a battlefield and I send just my right flank or my left flank out, don't send my front flank out, my avant-garde out to fight you, you gonna beat me. But if we supposed to be fighting this battle together, we supposed to all go out together. We supposed to all be together, and they're not. And I don't feel like, and that's why I say we're trying to come here and present this argument and try to get people to come along and network and make things better. Even if you don't believe these felons are innocent, at least try to make it welcome them back into the community.
Right.
They part of our community.
Right.
Welcome them back.
To me, it's not guilt or innocence. It's more of like an unbalanced judicial system.
It is unbalanced. I believe.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because I say that because, like, I'm gonna tell you my experience. I was down in Florida and I got into a high-speed chase, and just because I wasn't from Florida, I received the most severe punishment.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that.
And I got proof of that because, like, okay, there was two other guys in the county jail for the same thing that I was incarcerated for. High-speed chase. Both of those individuals was from Florida. They gave them 6 months county time. And one of the individuals, he actually had criminal damage to property. When he was involved in his high-speed chase, the car crashed through a fence, crashed through the side of a house. He got 6 months county time. The other guy, he just was a high-speed chase, no criminal damage to property or nothing like that. The third guy, which was me, no criminal damage to property, just a high-speed chase. Turned 3 corners, jumped out and ran. Because I wasn't from Florida, I received a plea bargain. I received an offer for a plea bargain, 18 months, 2 years paper. 18 months, 2 years paper. 18 months, 2 years paper. 18 months, no paper. Now, these other 2 guys, their criminal record was this long. My criminal record this long.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Just a lot of that.
What's the common denominator?
I see a lot of that too in Minnesota. I see a lot of that.
It happens everywhere.
Yeah,
but if you're not from that state,
they're gonna give you
the most severe punishment.
They're gonna always give. I mean, you can see that because the thing about it, there's a lot of individuals that come up here from Illinois. They see that's a problem. Detroit.
It's another part of the systemic racism. Discriminating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, and it's not necessarily discriminating on race. It's discriminating on what region you from in the country.
They can do it. They can do it all day, but at the end of the day, it's to my deal. It's just like having. And I thought about it too. I thought about it in my case because my case revolves around pimping, and it revolves around promotion of prostitution. And being in that situation, I you know, everybody wants you to be the victims.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, at some particular point, you contemplate that scenario. Like, okay, what did I do to these females? Which I ran a company. You know, if you came to work for me, goddammit, it wasn't about you know this pimping hoes, this motherfucking clown shit. You just it's pimping can clown shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was and I got respect for the Down Magic Wand, King James and them guys like that. But it wasn't never on those levels. It was just basically I ran a company, and that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And I treated individuals like employees. I never went out and solicited. People came to me. That's the difference. Not to say anything. But the point I'm getting to is that recently I ran into somebody who was doing the same thing I was doing. I got 12 years for what I did. With no nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They barely had a case against me. The fact that the victims came in and testified against me gave the state their case, had no previous criminal history prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving people right now for the same crime I committed 50, 60 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should get any, I don't think the time, the reason I break down this time and say how it plays itself out, because they go into these crimes when it deals with prostitution, specifically look for the black male to give him the most time. The reason I say that's because I have this case where this female was promoting a juvenile, and as she promoted this juvenile, when they caught up with her, they immediately apprehended her looking for the juvenile, because the parents are looking for this juvenile or doing whatever. So when they catch her, she's on the site along with the juvenile, and she's the one who breaks the juvenile in, basically whatever you want to call it. And through that situation, she tells me personally that the police tell her that we're not looking for you, you're the victim. Even though she was the individual who brought the juvenile in, she's the individual who's promoting this individual, but she's a Caucasian female, and that's just the difference.
She blew a whistle.
And she didn't blow no whistle. The police officer came in, told her she was the victim. As long as you accept that victim role, right? Like if she was like, no, that's my man, and he ain't did nothing, and and you act that out, they would have gave her time, gave her something. But when you say you're the victim, you accept that. I'm a victim. All right, big, move away from you and go shoot.
So are you saying she used a Karen mentality?
It's different than a Karen mentality. It's different than Me Too movement. It's what I would look at it as the innocent white woman. That's the only person. Like if you look at Barbara's case, she was never represented as a victim. They went and they grew zero. Boom, we can't give this dude no time. So we got this white lady that she's gonna scrap away in it. You're about to get all the time. So with when it comes to cases like pimping, think about in your mind what a pimp is. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for them to paint that narrative. That's why they're so big into stereotypes. That's why they're so big. They love these individuals who sing these, rap these songs and say these lyrics and play into this stereotype. That's why when you show me those idiots on YouTube, the fucking 55 dude and the dude from Texas doing that, they love that type of behavior, the Negro behavior, or the dudes acting like an alcoholic idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're being victimized by they don't understand the victimization.
You see how many views he had?
He's gonna get 1 billion views. He's gonna go viral. We'll never go viral. Ever. We'll never go viral because
I wouldn't say that.
We'll never go viral because the message we bring, it automatically pushes people back. Because people don't want to hear the truth. They want you to lie to them. I lied to you all day long. When I was on the bricks, I lied to the bitch, put the bitch on the blade. You know what I'm saying? I do that all day long. Probably the best lie in the world. If you want to hear a fantasy, I got one to sell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's the deal. But as I matured and came to understanding of how I want to be and what I want to do in life, I pushed all that back. I mean, shit, I can kick it. I can kick the bowl with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? But to me, to be I never was representative, and I tell you, you can testify to it. The way you come into the joint is the way you leave the joint. I came into this joint as a stand-up guy, left the joint as a stand-up guy. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna get out here and be acting no fool and be no goddamn fool. Was never fool there. So So, but I'm saying the way you act as a joint. If you running around chasing punks, you're a punk chaser. If you a man doing what you gotta do, trying to take care of your family in the joint, then that's what you is. You would never like they be like this is what the problem with the young cats when they get to the joint. They be like they act like they in Vegas. Whatever happens here stays here. So I'm gonna act a motherfucking fool, get high. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like, no, dude, the same dude you was on the bricks is the same dude that you gonna be in here. And you gotta, the life don't change because you in the joint. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I gotta say about that, man. Right. It's all good, man. You look me up. You know what I'm saying? I got track record. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't no clown. I don't try to glamorize my life or romanticize what I did. You know what I'm saying? Or make it be something that it is or isn't. It is what I did. When I did it, I was best at what I did. You understand me? But right now, I just feel like it's an opportunity for us to because I feel like what's bigger than what I did is the fact that this criminal justice system is taking our youth and putting them on slave ships and taking them away from their families. And they think this shit's a joke. Like it ain't gonna happen to me. I'm arguing that. Criminal injustice system. Injustice system. Injustice. Yeah, it's always been injustice. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, they believe that it's a joke. It ain't gonna happen to me. I can do this. I can do it. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna they're gonna give you enough rope to handle your motherfucking self. Minnesota famous for it. They don't convict you the first time, give you paper. Let you fuck up on the paper.
They might give you paper the second time.
They might give you paper the second time, let you fuck up on that. Then they can come back and be like, we gave you all this paper, you can't learn, we about to send you to the joint, give you a number. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I did, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be real careful with trying to, cause think about it, I think about it like this, like I done lost 8, 9, 10 years of my motherfucking life. It's people that's been out, that's been able to do a lot of different things. Imagine if I was out. Imagine if Richie was out. Imagine if Derric was out. Imagine if Carlos Smith was out. Imagine if Jamal Smith. Imagine if Islam was out. Imagine if all these brothers was out, what they could be doing and how they could be helping the community.
They be shaping and molding these young kids out here.
They definitely be shaping and molding these young kids out here.
Cause they definitely don't have no guidance right now.
They don't have no
real men.
They don't have no. And that's just I keep saying, and I'll say it over and over again. The worst day was Father's Day. Look, see all these uncles, fathers, cousins, nephews.
How many mothers been fathers?
And all that, because when you sit up in there, it's most so like what did shock me about Barbara. She's episode number 7 talked about. She said that there's very few black females. Like, There's more natives. The natives are representing Shakopee. She's like, there's a minimum amount of black females locked up in Shakopee, and that's because but the male prison is direct opposite. We represented in the prison system. Believe me, they getting us together and giving us a bunch of time. You know what I'm saying? In Minnesota, I mean, we definitely are disproportionately represented in the prison system. In fact, there's a lot of prisons that we run, you know, on just the stand. Only reason we don't run it, like totally run it, is because we separated by gangs. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a car. Nobody's in the same gang car or anything like that. But we run it motherfucking joint, yo. Don't get it fucked up.
Not no more, though. We ain't gonna do that no more.
Don't get it fucked up.
We ain't doing that no more.
Don't get it fucked up. We run the joint, yo.
We ain't doing that no more.
Hey. So I want to talk.
We out here in the free world.
We are.
We out here in the free world.
The thing about it, I want to do this though real quick. We are the voice of the voiceless.
Shout out to the convicted fellas out there doing better than the people with no felonies.
Listen, watch, support the real.
Subscribe.
Everything.
And the whole time like they doing that.
Right. But
I was just having a conversation with a young lady about that. She asked me what was my charge. I said, well, I was locked up for, homicide. And she's like, oh wow, man. I'm like, well, what music you listen to? She said, well, I listen to Lil Derric. I listen to, all of the gangster rappers right now. I'm like, well, you promote those types of things because you being hypocritical. You see somebody locked up for, you know what I mean?
yeah, and that's the thing I'm doing. Like,
I was just counted on that thought too. So
yeah, just
definitely gotta put the neighbor back in the hood. You know what I
They're not in a common unity in the community, you know. But I just think my concept has always been why you got all these black men locked up in the community, and they can come back to their community and restore justice. You know what I'm saying? They could be the instruments within the community to establish the common unity. And the fact of the matter is but the community fails the individual as well as the individual failing the community. But it's not even that. It's the fact of the matter is the community has turned their back on the individual who's been incarcerated.
I like the way you put that, because that brings me to my next point. Even the movements, the activism we got going on right now, it's kind of like in the wake of almost egotistical. When we speaking of, may rest in peace, George Floyd, or the people that have, changed forms into a whole nother dimension. We need to still stay diligent into what's now the current racial crusade, and that's massive incarceration.
Let me explain it to you to keep your thoughts. But let me explain it to you because it's on the level that you've been talking about. So I'm talking to a brother in the joint, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to these organizations." And he's like, "I'm gonna reach out to Black Lives Matter." I'm like, "Black Lives Matter, they out there doing their thing. I'm not gonna take anything away from them, but for some reason the levels aren't the dots aren't being connected. So me and my brothers chopping it up. So the same motherfucking police officer you want to go march on, you want me to go down to your march on. This is the same motherfucker we've been telling you about, who've been locking everybody up and doing all this dirty ass shit. Now he done killed somebody. You want me to come to your march and protest this motherfucker, but he done sent 15, 20, 30 motherfuckers to prison for a lifetime. And these brothers, they've been telling you about him on they briefs and they post convictions. And we could have stopped this dude a long time ago. Y'all not connecting the dots. Y'all said y'all want us to go out there and march with y'all, but this same dude, dude done told you about
welcome him back.
conviction.
It's to me, it's not guilt or innocence. It's more of like an unbalanced judicial system.
It is unbalanced. I believe.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because I say that because, like, I'm gonna tell you my experience. I was down in Florida and I got into a high-speed chase. And just because I wasn't from Florida,
yeah,
I received the most severe punishment.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that.
And I got proof of that because, like, okay, it was two other guys in the county jail for the same thing that I was incarcerated for. High-speed chase. Both of those individuals was from Florida. They gave them 6 months county time. And one of the individuals, he actually had criminal damage to property. Mm-hmm. When he was involved in his high-speed chase, the car crashed through a fence, crashed through the side of a house. He got 6 months county time. The other guy, he just was a high-speed chase, no criminal damage to property or nothing like that. The third guy, which was me, no criminal damage to property, just a high-speed chase. Turned 3 corners, jumped out and ran. Because I wasn't from Florida, I received a plea bargain. I received an offer for a plea bargain, 18 months, 2 years pay. 18 months, 2 years pay. 18 months, 2 years pay. 18 months, no pay. Now, these other two guys, their criminal record was this long. My criminal record this long.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Just a lot of that.
What's the common denominator?
I see a lot of that too in Minnesota. I see a lot of that.
It happens everywhere. Yeah, but if you're not from that state,
they're gonna give you
the most severe punishment.
They're gonna always give you. I mean, you can see that because the thing about it is a lot of individuals that come up here from Illinois. Mm-hmm. They see that's a problem. Detroit.
It's another part of the systemic racism.
Yeah.
Discriminating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, and it's not necessarily discriminating on race. It's discriminating on what region you from in the country.
They can do it. They can do it all day, but at the end of the day, it's to my deal. It's just like having. I thought about it too. I thought about it. My case, because my case revolves around pimping, and it revolves around promotion of prostitution, and being in that situation. Everybody wants you to be the victims. Mm-hmm. So you know, at some particular point, you contemplate that scenario. Like, okay, what did I do to these females? Which I ran a company. You know, if you came to work for me, goddammit, it wasn't about, this pimping hoes, this motherfucking clown shit. You just, it's pimping can clown shit. It was, and I got respect for the Down Magic Wand, King James and them guys like that. But it wasn't never on those levels. It was just basically, I ran a company. And that's how I felt, you know what I'm saying? And I treated individuals like employees. I never went out and solicited. People came to me. That's the difference. I didn't say anything. But the point I'm getting to is that recently I ran into somebody who was doing the same thing I was doing. I got 12 years for what I did. With no nothing. You know what I'm saying? They barely had a case against me. The fact that the victims came in and testified against me gave the state their case, had no previous criminal history prior to that. They're giving people right now for the same crime I committed 50, 60 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should get any, I don't think the time, the reason I break down this time and say how it plays itself out, because they go into these crimes when it deals with prostitution, specifically look for the black male to give him the most time. The reason I said that is because I had this case where this female was promoting a juvenile, and as she promoted this juvenile, when they caught up with her, they immediately apprehended her looking for the juvenile, because the parents are looking for the juvenile or doing whatever. So when they catch her, she's on the site along with the juvenile, and she's the one who breaks the juvenile in, basically whatever you want to call it, and through that situation, she tells me personally that the police tell her that we're not looking for you, you're the victim. Even though she was the individual who brought the juvenile in, she's the individual who's promoting this individual, but she's a Caucasian female, and that's just the difference.
She blew the whistle.
And she didn't blow no whistle. The police officer came in, told her she was the victim. As long as you accept that victim role, right? Like if she was like, no, that's my man, and he ain't did nothing, and and you act that out, they would have gave her time, gave her something. But when you say you're the victim, you accept that. I'm a victim. All right, move away from you and go shoot.
So are you saying she used a Karen mentality?
It's different than a Karen mentality. It's different than Me Too movement. It's what I would look at it as the innocent white woman. That's the only person, like, if you look at Barbara's case, she was never represented as a victim. They went and they zeroed in on her. Boom, well, we can't give this dude no time. So we got this white lady that she's going to scrap away in it. You're about to get all the time. So with when it comes to cases like pimping, think about in your mind what a pimp is. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for them to paint that narrative. That's why they're so big into stereotypes. That's why they're so big. They love these individuals who sing, rap these songs and say these lyrics and play into this stereotype. That's why when you show me those idiots on YouTube, the fucking 55 dude and the dude from Texas doing that, they love that type of behavior, the Negro behavior, or the dudes acting like an alcoholic idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're being victimized by they don't understand the victimization.
You see how many views he had?
He's gonna get 1 billion views. He's gonna go viral. We'll never go viral. Ever. We'll never go viral because
I wouldn't say that.
We'll never go viral because the message we bring, it automatically pushes people back. Because people don't want to hear the truth. They want you to lie to them. I lied to you all day long. When I was on the bricks, I lied to the bitch, put the bitch on the blade. You know what I'm saying? I do that all day long. It's probably the best lie in the world. If you want to hear a fantasy, I got one to sell. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's the deal, but as I matured and came to understanding of how I want to be and what I want to do in life, I pushed all that back. I mean, shit, I can kick it. I can kick the bowl with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? But to me, to be I never was represented, and I tell you, you can testify to it. The way you come into the joint is the way you leave the joint. I came in as a joint as a stand-up guy, left the joint as a stand-up guy. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna get out here and act no fool and be no goddamn fool. Was never fool there. So, but I'm saying the way you act as a joint. If you running around chasing punks, you're a punk chaser. If you a man doing what you gotta do, trying to take care of your family in the joint, then that's what you is. You would never like they be like this is what the problem with the young cats when they get to the joint. They be like they act like they invasive. Vegas, whatever happens here stays here. So I'm gonna act a motherfucking fool, get high. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like, no, dude, the same dude you was on the bricks is the same dude that you gonna be in here. And you gotta, the life don't change because you in a joint. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I gotta say about that, man.
Right.
It's all good, man. You can look me up. You know what I'm saying? I got track record. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't no clown. I don't try to glamorize my life or romanticize what I did. You know what I'm saying? Or make it be something that it is or isn't. It is what I did, and when I did it, I was best at what I did. You understand me? But right now, I just feel like it's an opportunity for us to because I feel like what's bigger than what I did is the fact that this criminal justice system is taking our youth and putting them on slave ships and taking them away from their families. And they think the shit's a joke. Like, it ain't gonna happen to me. I'm harder than that. Criminal injustice system. Injustice system. Injustice. Yeah, it's always been injustice. Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, they believe that it's a joke. It ain't gonna happen to me. I can do this. I can do it. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna let you they're gonna give you enough rope to hang your motherfucking self. Minnesota famous for it. They don't convict you the first time, they give you paper. Let you fuck up on the paper.
They might give you paper the second time.
They might give you paper the second time, let you fuck up on that. Mm-hmm. Then they can come back and be like, we gave you all this paper, you ain't learn, we about to send you to the joint, give you a number. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The one thing I did, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be real careful with trying to, cause think about it, I think about it like this, like I done lost 8, 9, 10 years of my motherfucking life. It's people that's been out, that's been able to do a lot of different things. Imagine if I was out, imagine if Richie was out, imagine if Derric was out, imagine if Carlos Smith was out, imagine if Jamal Smith, imagine if Islam was out, imagine if all these brothers was out, what they could be doing and how they could be helping the community.
They could be shaping and molding these young kids out here.
They definitely be shaping and molding these young kids out here.
Cause they definitely don't have no guidance right now.
They don't have no
real men.
They don't have no, and that's I keep saying, and I'll say it over and over again, the worst day was Father's Day. Look at all these uncles, fathers, cousins, nephews.
How many mothers been fathers?
All that, because when you sit up in there, it's more so like what did shock me about Barbara. She's episode number 7 talked about. She said that there's very few black females. Like, There's more natives. The natives representing Shakopee. It's like there's a minimum amount of black females locked up in Shakopee, and that's just because. But the male prison is direct opposite. We represented in the prison system. Believe me, they getting us together. They giving us a bunch of time. You know what I'm saying? In Minnesota, I mean, we definitely are disproportionately represented in the prison system. In fact, there's a lot of prisons that we run. You know, on just the stand. Only reason we don't run it, like totally run it, is because we separated by gangs. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a car. Nobody's in the same gang car or anything like that. But we run the motherfucking joint, yo. Don't get it fucked up.
Not no more, though. We ain't gonna do that no more.
Don't get it fucked up.
We ain't doing that no more.
Don't get it fucked up. We run the joint, yo.
We ain't doing that no more.
Hey, so I want to talk.
We out here in the free world.
We are.
We out here in the free world.
The thing about it, I want to do this though real quick. We are the voice of the voiceless.
Shout out to the convicted fellas out there doing better than the people with no felonies.
Listen, watch, support the real.
Subscribe.
Everything.
Subscribe.
Let me ask you, what's the platform you like listening to this on? What's the best platform you like listening to it on? Personally.
I personally like YouTube the best. YouTube, they lay it out for you. They put all the videos right there together. You click on the little circle right there with the green letters, and any one of our videos you want to watch, they're right there and ready for you.
Is it because it's visual? Is it because it's visual you like it? You like to see?
It's because the main thing I like about it is because, like, if you click on the first video, once that video stops, it'll keep playing all the other videos.
Oh, okay.
It's up next.
We don't do that on my phone.
Up next. It does it on my phone.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know, maybe I don't got some shit turned on with that. So you mainly watch on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And
I watch on TikTok a lot too. TikTok is my second best.
TikTok?
Yeah. Because on TikTok I can see the numbers better.
TikTok be banning a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff they like that one BC video. They took the volume out.
I've seen that.
I don't even know why the fuck they took the volume out of that. Goddamn it! I don't even know why they took it out. I don't know. He said.
Ain't seen no notification why they did it.
I didn't understand. They just took the volume out. Community. A lot of times it's like community violation. Like when I was smoking my cigar.
But it's no music. It's no music in that video.
No, it's not music. He's talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he might have.
He's not even cussing or nothing like that.
I seen motherfuckers with all types of dancing, all shaking their asses, all types of dumbass shit, showing you all types of dumbass shit.
What about the one Ace showed us last night with the titties and everything?
I think that was Instagram.
That's what.
I think that was Instagram. Instagram had blocked anybody. My favorite platform, I like pod chasers. Also like iHeart. Because I like listening, and I like listening, hearing the podcast, and for doing what it's doing. Visually, I mean, if I had to do some visual stuff, I do watch YouTube a lot. But salary, most people just look at the CO salary and look at what the inmates costing them. Inmates costing you $30,000, $45,000, $50,000 a year to incarcerate. COs costing you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, depending on their stature, their rank, however they do it.
So
you got that, but you got all the extra necessaries behind it. You got inmates needing health care. You got COs needing health care. COs getting.
That's why they say they stopped smoking, because they stopped smoking in prison because they saying that the health care in prison was higher when they let people smoke, and when they stopped letting them smoke cigarettes, it went down.
You know what this craziest thing you brought up healthcare in prison? I want to get back to Derric though. We're gonna get back to Derric Jordan. Free Derric Jordan, free Richard Rich, free Carlos, free Jamal East.
Free all the guys.
Free all the guys. Free my man, motherfucking Islam. Hopefully he'll be coming home in a couple of years. A great welcome home, D Nice, welcome home, bro. You heard you done got out after 30 some years. Welcome home, bro. I'm looking to hook up with you, get you on the show. But I was talking to a little bro in a joint. He said that you know how they having all these individuals coming on. That's like that transgender individuals coming in. He's saying that they have to pay for their injections. So if you come in, they have to pay for it. They have to pay for it. And I asked him, you gonna listen to the young bro talk about what's going on in the joint when it comes to that situation and how they're dealing with it. And he's saying, you know what your bro told me? He said that now they've hired a lot of transgender guards.
This blew my mind back. I worked in the laundry last year in prison, in federal prison. And as I'm working in the laundry, I come across a set of panties. And I'm at a male prison. I'm like, how does panties get into a male prison? It's an all male prison. Mm-hmm. This ain't no females nowhere here but COs. And I come across a pair of panties. And I look at the commissary list too around the same time, and it's tampons and stuff like that from the commissary. Yeah. And bras.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? Are you serious? So I asked somebody about it. They say, man, it's transgender people here. They have to cater to them.
They have to.
They have to cater to them. They have to give them panties. They have to give them bras. They have to give them tampons.
Yep.
They have to give them what they want, what they need.
Right. Right. And to me,
this blew my head up. I'm like, whoa.
In my situation, looking at it, it's what they used to do is segregate. Mm-hmm. They used to take individuals and they used to put them in a ward or the
special housing
unit, D-block. Usually honor situations
because those are people that easily preyed on.
Yeah, so that, and it makes sense. You know, you want to bring them out, put them in some area where they're not going to be victimized.
Right.
Makes 100% because they're definitely
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But what's happening now is you're just seeing them. What I noticed when I went back on my violation is they're throughout the joint now, so they're not keeping them in their unit, the block, their block where they put them in. But the problem with that is now they have to give them special shower times. they have to give them special, because they attract so much negative attention.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a when I was on my violation, had a guy in there, a female in there, because because it's kind of hard to say what he identified with, and I'm assuming a female because he had breasts. And he had a shape of a female, so he must have had some type of other injections. But the way he talked, he acted like he acted as if he was a male. But in his situation, you know, he would always be on a galley. What I mean by being on a galley is that he'll be talking outside the bars to different individuals.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff would be
why the doors is locked, why the gates are locked.
Yeah, they'd be on a galley talking. Yeah. And he'd be like, yeah, I ain't gonna tell such and such and such and such about such and such and such and such. I'm not gonna do this. And you know what I'm saying? It's really just, you know, airing motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
You know, but I seen it through the joint. I seen it throughout the joint. And the problem with the joint is, or the DLC everywhere, is that they can't deal with it. It's gonna be a lawsuit against you. It's gonna be a lot of different situations against you, whether it be sexual harassment, whether it be that individual being victimized, feeling like you're allowing them to be victimized. So the DOC's got their hands full with this situation, and trying to deal with it and being all inclusive. But what I wanted to bring back to, what I want to go back to, is that fact that all the clothing now is going to unisex. That means no zipper on pants, no.
Like in prison.
Yeah. No, shirts are more like blouses. Underwears have no pee-holes.
Like in prison.
Yeah, so so you're getting this unisex, monosex behavior that's going on, and that's it's just emasculating for the individual who identifies with a male. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is going to pink. When you go to SEG now, they're giving you pink clothing. You know, so it's all in.
Like the man that got 10 CD.
It's throughout the joint. They used to give you like blue. Your clothes when you went to SEG, your clothes were blue. Now they're pink. You know, pink panties to wear and stuff like that. So this is a real finish with Derric Jordan's situation. And going into the outro, I'm gonna play his telephone call to me, but I'm also gonna play like we did for Richie. We're going to play his clip just on YouTube that's done by, and he's working right now. I can't remember if he's under actual innocence or something he's working under to try to get himself out. He's actually fighting in court. He's not giving up. He's fighting to get out. He's not going to give up the fight. He's a fighter. He's a winner. You know what I'm saying? So what's your last thoughts on Mr. Jordan?
I think that the federal government needs to step in and reevaluate his case, because 85 years is a life sentence. I don't care if you see, the prosecution is being very manipulative by saying we didn't give him a life sentence, so he shouldn't qualify for the Second Chance Act.
I've seen that happen though.
What?
I've seen them to reduce a life prison sentence under that Alabama case, that new case that came out, where they said that without the Second Chance Act, it was a state statutory case law that they're using. That a lot of people are going back. They're going back saying, okay, well, if you got life, you have life with the L with natural life. We're just going to give you 99 years. It's not life.
Yeah,
they're doing that. But
it's manipulating.
But I think that they need to stand on the plain letter of the law. Juvenile, which he was 14 at the time.
Exactly.
Arrested. I think he was incarcerated when he was 16. Been incarcerated since he's 16. You're not going to give this man a second chance.
He was 14.
They picked him up when he was 14.
Right.
But it took a while for the case to actually develop.
But it's time starts.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you pick him up. You destroyed his life when he's 14.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you arrest him when he's give him this time when he's 16. He does all this damn time. It's like you said. I agree. This is one time I'm in the middle with you, Ron. This man should not be in prison. No, sir.
I mean, he should have been in prison if whatever he did. However, he deserves a second chance, because at 14 your mind is not developed enough to understand that you're doing what you're doing.
Where these people at? Where
You understand what I'm saying?
Where these people at helping these guys?
Your mind, you're a follower at that point. I know I was a follower at 14.
Yeah,
I did what my friends did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They stole cars, I stole cars. They went into the store and played video games, I played video games.
Back to
you know
that.
They went to the mall, I went to the mall. They got drunk, I got drunk.
Back to that. I think it's Netflix or something has a thing about exactly what you said.
Right.
Show all these juveniles.
Right.
And show them going up.
Right.
Applying against the Alabama, and some of them getting out, some of them not getting out.
Right.
But they show that exact same. They're not using the feds. Mm-hmm. That policy or that whatever you said, that they're using that.
Second Chance Act.
They're not using the Second Chance Act. They're using that Alabama case, trying to go up against it, and they're showing them, you know, they don't get into whether or not they did the crime. They get into the facts of the case and sort of connect them with this whatever happens, whatever went on. They don't challenge the facts of the case. They just say based on this. But the coldest piece I want to tell you before we roll out is I'm talking to my guy Carlos. You're gonna hear him, his conversation. I got his conversation talking about it. They had this guy that was in the joint. He went in as a juvenile. Cold piece. He started blogging. Ran into a professor that liked him. Took his work writing. I don't know the gentleman's name, but I'll when you listen to our telephone call, you'll know who his name is. He took his writing and put it on the net, and then people start liking it. It didn't go viral, but people started really liking what he was saying.
Right.
And then he ended up going in for that Alabama case, and they denied him. And he was a model inmate. Went through all programming, teaching people the whole thing, the whole demo. Right. But they denied him. The state denied him, and he went back and readdressed the denial. And he basically told the judge, he's like, how could I ever prove myself if you never give me a chance? How can I ever prove myself?
He made a valid point.
How can I ever prove that I'm a changed person when you're using all the things that you locked me up for to keep me convicted? When I was a juvenile, you said all these things apply to me. I've changed my life. It's obvious I changed my life. Now you're using those same things as a juvenile? How could you do that? And they let his ass out.
Can y'all hear this? Do y'all understand what's going on?
We are the voice.
Oh.
We are the voice. We are the voice of the voiceless. We are the voice of the voiceless. We'll be right back.
When they got done talking, I said, well, you know what? How many of y'all have taken the time to reflect on the following? And I told him, I said, from my reference frame, my frame of reference, I mean, looking at it from where I'm at, if you was me, how quick would you want to do all those things that you're suggesting? Like services and all this, you know, because I asked to be respected as a human being. That's what I went to the hole for. I wouldn't sit up and let somebody reference me as no offender. And then when I told them, you calling me that, you calling me a nigger. And I said, I'm not going to sit here in front of y'all dealing with issues, racial issues, that affects me as a black man. I'm not going to make you feel comfortable about that. That's not my job. I said, this should be a learning experience for all of us in this room. And they like, yeah, you're right. And then they just, at the end, the case manager I got, this fool wants me to like, just say, yeah, and just comply with, you know what I mean, whatever, and just to get by. But how is that helping me improve my life as an individual, as a person, by becoming a yes man?
That's basically, that's all that institution is set up for. You know, that's all that institution is set up for. That, you know, I haven't dealt with it on your scale, but I dealt with it when I was in Oak Park Heights. To get out of administrative seg, you have to go to this board. They have the warden sitting on there. They have that black dude that was the commander.
Matthew. His name is Matthew.
Yeah, had him on there. They had everybody sitting in this room. They had me in the cell. They had me in a behind the glass, chained up. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. This was for me to get out of administrative seg.
Just stop and think about what you just said. that reference point that you coming from, man.
Yes.
That narrative that you just painted out. It's just, if a motherfucker just sat right there, just reflected on that, and didn't never hear nothing else, that whole setup is a motherfucking, it's a fraud.
You know.
How you helping a motherfucker and that's the way you present it?
And then the thing about it is that I wasn't gonna go. I was like, fuck. I only had a little bit of time left before I got out anyway. She's like, if you want to get out administrative set, you have to go. I was like, it don't really matter one way or another. I don't really care. And but I ended up going. And but that was just. And then when I went down to Faribault.
States ended up in Minnesota, and they called him in Minnesota. He served as part of his time in Minnesota. She was asking short. He got natural life. Got natural life. And I was working on his case while he was here. And yes, sir. I couldn't. I tried to get. That's why I'm really familiar with his case. And
What did he do?
it was Detroit is west and east Detroit, right? Like we just when they come up here, they get together.
Yeah, they get together.
When they there, it's west and east Detroit. There's probably little sectionals out they section out of that. They really don't have no gangs and shit. But Zeus was kind of older. Zeus was kind of older than a lot of cats, and he was in the hood. And some young cats was coming up, and he got into a little beef with them. Zeus old school, so in his mind, he dealing with just some real shit. Like you say something to me, there's certain things that click in my head. Like you say you gonna kill me, I'm gonna take you serious. I'm gonna kill you before you kill me. Type shit. That's how we think. Old school people think like that. So certain words that you use like bitch.
Right.
Bitch right now, motherfucker, old school motherfucker gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, them fighting words.
So it's just like certain things. So he didn't realize that he was old school dealing with some new school cats. So when he got into an altercation with him, he's serious. Zeus carry guns. He a shooter. Real shooter. So there's a little joint up there that's grocery store, liquor store, whatever it is. They into it, so they ran up on him, and they get to shooting. Well, Zeus shot, and he didn't kill the intended victim, he killed somebody else. Well, the Detroit they have is transfer and intent. So they claim that he was trying to kill a boy, but he killed that, but you still gonna get a life sentence. Yeah, and he's so out of it. That's go back to what Baby Crip talking about. Like motherfuckers so high, motherfuckers so out of it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't get no fuck until they start realizing natural life, you about to die in prison. Natural life, So I was reading over his case and everything like that. I read the judges, when the judge was giving out the verdict, she was basically saying, look, man, there's so much crime in that area, and that's Wayne County. That's what Detroit is, Wayne County. But it's the county, but he wasn't in Wayne County. He wasn't in Detroit, but he was in a suburb area of Wayne County. He's like, there's so much violence in that area. She's basically making an example out of him in this situation. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, when I read his case, I'm like, well, can you get mad? Because it's like the old lady. You victimizing that community to a point. You victimizing that community to a point where they have to do something, lock your ass up for life.
I told Mo about from oyster wings, y'all don't have the wings no more.
The who?
Just the sauce.
Yeah.
I can't do no motherfucking sauce.
She said she gonna make some. She said she gonna make some though.
Huh?
She said she gonna make some since they got the chicken shortage.
You eat oysters?
Oyster wings. It's that Ian Chin's those wings. How they got the chicken wings? But it's oyster.
They got oyster wings at Ian Chin's.
That's the only thing I eat there really.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah, them shit's fire. You late at night, eat them, man, them shit's fire. I'll fuck them up. But I was gonna try to get something from this weekend. That's was my weekend plan. I was gonna order me some and eat them. And I was like, fuck, man.
So what, they just don't sell them no more?
No, she said
They
they
got a
wing
wing shortage.
She got a wing shortage. One lady was telling me about that anyway, because you got all these wing joints. Chicken in general shortage. They got all these new chicken places. That's all they do, serve chicken.
No, there's a shortage because they don't have one to work.
Well, I guess.
They didn't have nobody at the plant, they said.
You said, go ahead, Rick, you go.
Huh?
Go ahead and cut up some chickens for us.
You go cut the damn chicken.
I got the chicken.
That record me right now, they looking out for me. They helping the region out there. They looking out for the hood. Y'all keep it real with the boys out there. You know what I'm saying? They the realest.
All right, I want to ask y'all, like, okay, I know this guy in Chicago. He got 85 years in prison at the age of 14 for a murder. Now, later on, while he was in prison, President Bush enacted the Second Chance Act. The Second Chance Act ensured that a juvenile would get a second chance. He can't get a life sentence. He gets a second chance.
All the previously convicted juveniles?
I don't know if it was retroactive or not.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was retroactive or not, but I know that he was in prison enough time to fall under it. But because they didn't give him a life sentence, he didn't qualify to get a second chance.
I'm good. Thank you.
What do you guys think about that?
Well, so it's totally the loopholes, right? It's the loophole. You don't give them life, right? So therefore, they'll never be eligible for Bush's program, right? Because no juvenile should get life. But 80-some years is life.
That's the same thing. It's life.
So, it's fucking horrible, and I'm really sorry. But that's what it is.
Yeah. What about you, Ashley? What do you think about that?
The justice system is, excuse my language, fucked up.
Crooked and manipulative.
I'm 14 years old, but I get sentenced to 85 years.
See, I think at 14,
That's
honestly,
life.
I wouldn't have had a concept of any of that. I was pretty naughty at 14. Just Jesus, some things pretty bad, right? But I had no concept of consequences. And it certainly wouldn't have meant lifelong consequences, I guess. It was a tumultuous time. I think a lot of people's lives. I know it was for me. And that's when I was probably at my naughtiest. And, I guess, thank God I'm not judged today on my actions of what I was like at 14. Or even when I was 21, I wasn't based on my actions at 14.
I remember me at 14. I didn't think about what I did, how it would affect somebody else, or
you're in it.
the consequences of what's going to happen.
This is what we're doing. We're living it, right? We're in life. Like, this is what we do. We roll, and then if things happen, you're not equipped either to handle trauma. My best friend, when we were 17, shot herself, She went home one day from school and shot herself. Like, you're not equipped for just that. Your life's everything.
Life is a blur at that age.
It's a blur, right?
We're
And then
not being held accountable because we're children, we're kids at 14.
Yeah.
And the truth, sad to say, the lack of the parent at home, because that's where it starts at. You know what I mean? So like,
See, I would be grounded for like 6 months, and my parents would stick me
you're
to
grounded
it.
for 6 months. This man was 14 and fucking got
There
85
was no
years.
going out. There was no. So. Yeah, but on the other hand, what if it was my daughter that this person took their life? I would like to think that I would not go crazy and lose my mind and lose the fact that they're children as well. You know what I mean? I don't know. It would be a very difficult quantity in my brain, I guess.
Situations like that happen
but I would like to believe I have forgiveness in my heart for a 14-year-old. Even if my child lost their life, perhaps there's still hope. for this, like, maybe I would like to think that I could think that.
Well, this guy was, he's just kind of
Now,
I
but
don't
you have
know.
this mentality.
He's just so good at like. pushing
Absolutely
down.
not. Oh my God, no. At my
So,
14
we
mentality.
stop that?
Sandy, huh? Or are you like? Well, this guy was, he's just kind of.
Now,
I got something to say. I got something to say. You recorded? I got something to say.
I got something to say. Go.
I got something to say.
Yes, sir.
One more time.
I got something to say.
I need y'all to say I got something to say. Who got something to say about the?
I got something to say.
Set me up.